Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to assemble your V-Cube 2. This is a request from one of my subscribers to do this, and I actually forgot to do it and he reminded me, so now I'm doing it. And he has a pillowed version and I forgot that and I started using the square version, but it doesn't matter. The actual mechanism is exactly the same. The only difference is the pillowed corners and the square ones, so it doesn't matter. We're going to disregard those. So what you're going to need, of course, is your screws and springs. All of these pieces, you might have a black one, that's okay, and your screwdriver. It uses a star tip or Phillips screwdriver. So mine didn't come in a DIY kit. Yours might not have either. You may have just taken yours apart and can't get it back together now. Either way, so what you want to do is have everything disassembled. Now, on mine, I couldn't get these pieces off. This final last piece, I could not screw it off. So maybe it's riveted inside the core. I'm not exactly too sure. Either way, I couldn't get it off. But just in case it's just mine, I'm going to show you how to get this on. So what you want to do first off is locate this piece. Sort of looks like an arrow. So we're going to pretend that this piece is that piece for now. And I want you to grab a screw and spring. I want you to put the spring inside. Then I want you to put the screw inside. Just like that. And then I want you to grab your core and I want you to line it up, and you can actually just kind of hand turn it for the first couple. And then I want you to screw it in with your screwdriver, of course. And then what you're going to be left with is exactly what I'm holding. Just like this. So I want you to screw it in until you've got whatever tension. You don't have to worry about tensioning now. We can do that at the end. So the next pieces you're going to look for is a piece that looks like this. And the opposite piece. So we've got two of them. And you're going to see you're going to have a bunch of these, but you're also going to have two of these without this top part on it. I want you to grab both of those. As you can see, there's a little tiny nub on the end, and we'll get to that. So now what you're going to want to do is, I'm going to zoom up here a little bit. And as you can see on the core, right here, there's a slit inside the core. There's one there. Oh, come on, focus. And one there. So you want to grab one of these pieces that's just like this, and I want you to put this little nub inside that. Sometimes lifting up on the core will help you do that, and then move it over and do the same with the next one. Just like this. Now I want you to move them so they're on this, underneath this piece, just like that. So this piece is angled with the arrow pointing upwards. Now I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so now I want you to hold it like this and take this piece. So the square is here and it's going to the upper left out. And I want you to fit it together just like that. As you can see, they fit. And there's this, and you can actually hold this with your thumb right there. I want you to grab another screw and spring and go like this and put it through, and you can actually see when it goes into the hole a little bit, and then just give it one or two quick little hand turns to get it started. Just like that. And now grab your screwdriver and screw it in. Alright, so now that that one's in, I want you to grab the other one that looks just like this. And I want you to put that right there. And grab another screw and spring. And I want you to put it through there and screw it into this one. Again, just another one or two little hand turns, finger turns, just to get her going. And then screw it in with your screwdriver. Okay, now that that's done, I want you to grab one of these square pieces and another screw and spring, put it through, and now I want you to hold it so, so this piece here, sorry, the arrow piece is on the bottom, and I want you to screw it in another one here. So we're building sort of like a half circle. So now we're just going to screw that in just a little bit to get it started, and then with our screwdriver. Okay, so now that you've screwed that in, I want you to grab another one just like this, and one more screw and spring, put it together, and complete that half circle by putting another one in right there. And then screw it in with your screwdriver. Okay, so now that you've completed that, we're going to start putting in the corner and edges pieces. And as you can see, this is pretty much like assembling a 3x3 now. You've got all of these corner pieces and all of these edge pieces. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to locate this corner here. So the arrow is facing down. And I want you to take this piece and I want you to put this little nub facing down and put that in just like a corner on a 3x3. Now I want you to take one of these edge pieces and put that in there to lock it in place, just like this. Now I want you to grab an edge piece, go to the next one, and I want you to fit it in here. And I want you to put that all the way down to the bottom. And I want you to grab a corner piece, again having that little nub piece go downwards. Put that in, just like that. Put in another edge piece. Now you're going to have to sometimes try to fit these in because of the tension of the screws is not going to leave you a lot of room. So you're going to want to try to not force it in, but alright, so there we go. So there's another one. And I want you to grab another edge. And I want you to, sometimes angling this piece like this will give you enough room to get that in and go, as you can see. And then, as you guessed, another corner with the little nub piece facing downwards. Now we can angle it a little bit again. Put another edge piece in. Oh, just like this. And now another corner with the nub piece facing down. We can move it this way this time. Put on an edge piece. And down we go. So as you can see, it's coming along pretty good. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is set it on the table, just like this. And I'm going to zoom in. And I want you to grab an edge piece. And I want you to just sit it, just like that. And I want you to grab a corner piece with the nub piece facing upwards. And I want you to put it in there, just like this. And I want you to do that all the way around. So another edge piece. And then another corner piece. Now when you get to this stage, when you have only one corner and one edge to put in, I want you to make sure that you put the corner piece in first. Now the edge piece will fit right inside, just like that. So now that that's all done, you can take your last centerpiece and just put it right in the middle, just like that. Now put in your screw and spring, and I will zoom back out. And just screw it in. Okay, so now that you've done that, you've assembled your core. So we're going to go on to the edge pieces. And I like to start with the black side. So I'll just take a black side. And as you can see, there are little bumps on the inside. And what these do is they fit in there just like this. And I want you to just squeeze it on. Now I want you to find the black and the blue side, just like that. And I want you to squeeze that one on. And now the black and the red. And squeeze that on. And then the black and orange. Now the yellow and blue, which will go right here. I'm sure you all know your color scheme. Now it's the other blue and red. Orange and yellow, so that goes on just like this. And the last piece, and you have assembled your V-Cube 2. Alright, thanks for watching guys. I hope you have fun with your puzzle. I'll see you on my next video.